We're live, I think. As I look into the middle distance past the camera to see, yes, sound bars are moving around. Pedals working, seemingly better than last stream. We'll see how long that holds up. Microphone's a little crooked. Perfect. More Fliptown. I'm Brandon. Optimal Play, if this is your first video, is a channel that normally has pre-recorded playthroughs and discussions. Would love if you subscribed. But right now, I am playing some games solo and trying to kind of stream a little bit more often as I do so. Right now with Fliptown, the Lone Gun Campaign, which is this... Nope, here it is. Small box expansion. It's about the size of a deck of cards. Probably no coincidence about that. It comes with 12 chapters to play through and gives you sort of a, I guess it has a story. I don't think it has story decisions, but it has some decisions and 12 different scenarios, and you gain legendary points and try to have as high a score as you can at the end of the campaign. So I am on chapter 3 and I'm gonna just jump in. Normally I monologue a little bit, give people time to join the stream if they want to, and just, howdy partner, Tabletop Troubadour. good to have you back. Normally I monologue a little bit up front, but the beautiful thing is that I can meander. I can talk about whatever I want while I'm shuffling the deck, which has to happen several times per game. So I'm gonna dive in right now, and I've got some fun stories and recommendations and all that stuff to weave in whenever I shuffle the deck. All right, chapter 3 is, let's start with the story. A golden opportunity. It's only been a few weeks, but already this place feels like home. After making quick work of the band of outlaws, you decide it's high time to spread your western wings a little further. One day, while visiting the Prospectors Club, the local joint for fortune seekers looking to stake a claim in these wild lands, you hear whispers of a newly discovered cave that opened up with the last storm. Could it be an untapped gold mine waiting to be discovered? Your first thought is that a big haul of the shiny stuff would make life easier in this burgeoning boomtown. But that's your old self. Sorry, I have a TV behind the camera, which is why you sometimes see me looking over there, and it just updated and it's putting up. No, that's actually why the stream didn't start a little sooner than it did tonight, was the TV had to update, and now it's still putting up messages about it. Anyway, sorry. But your first thought is that a big haul of the shiny stuff would sure make life easier in this burgeoning boomtown. But that's your old self talking. The nobler deed would be to do something good with the riches, like donate any gold you dig up to charity. What better way to gain the favor of the townsfolk than to fill the church's coffers? With unbounded optimism, you scrounge up some crude supplies and set off to find the mine entrance, determined to turn gold into goodwill before the day is through. Find the Chapter 3 setup card to start playing. Okay, I guess we're do-gooders now. Chapter 3 setup. Before you begin, gain your starting resources. And so, because I got a 2-star victory last time, putting me at 3 stars total this campaign, I have to play on the worst side of the character card. So I have no special ability compared to the easier side. It said once per game I could take a bonus action of your choice, which I felt like was very valuable. And also it cuts my starting resources in half and starts me with some wanted. So I get 2 cash, just 1 gold, and 3 wanted to start this game off. That is a much rougher starting position. Okay, let me mute my watch because Board Game Arena is blowing up on me. Okay, so chapter 3 setup. Before we look at the items, which is the next part of setup, I'm going to take a look at the law of the land and the aim of the game, which changes from scenario to scenario. So, law of the land. In the mine, any gold you collect must be donated to charity. Do not record it on your game board, and instead remove 1 wanted per gold donated. If you have no wanted to remove, the gold is donated with no benefit to you. And the aim of the game is to circle every mine chamber that has gold in it. There's 8 of those. So we got to go to the mine a lot. Okay. This is funny. It's funny that the story seems to be, I legitimately want to be good. Right? Like, why not? I guess. It's just kind of the story. Like, let's help this town out because we're a good cowboy all of a sudden. But mechanically, I think that having all that I mean, not that easy, but all that extra wanted reduction means I want to go to the Badlands. I want to rustle the fuck out of some cattle, rob some trains and some stagecoaches, and then use the gold for the mine to clear that wanted. So I think let's take a look at the items we can get, but off the top of my head, that seems like the way to go, which is very funny with the story. Okay, so I am going to get the dynamite or lantern. It looks like, let's see. We have special item dynamite. Once per game in the mine, you may ignore your value card and blast a path left or right to an adjacent chamber. Oh, interesting. Circling it and gaining all rewards, but none of the wanted. Oh, so that's also nice down here where you start to gain wanted. That sounds very strong. And lantern. Once per game in the mine, you may change your value card to the value of your choice and ignore any wanted in the chamber you visit. So you can either get a wild but keep digging deeper, or a free kind of side dig. Either way, you ignore the wanted. And again, this decision is going to stick me with this item for the foreseeable future also. I kind of think they're actually very similar to one another, to where I'm having trouble making a decision about what's better. They both give you sort of a wild of sorts, but one goes down and one goes sideways. I think the dynamite is cooler because you normally can't go sideways, versus the lantern doesn't let you like do anything you couldn't normally do with values or with gold to change your value or whatever. So dynamite it is. It's the rule of cool. And then I still have the lasso that says once per game on the trail, I can gain the items listed on a trail site that I skip. And the lucky bullet that says once per game in town when crossing out a building's bonus star, you may instead take the bonus action of any uncircled building in that same row. So basically both of these items are kind of a bonus action, a bonus trail spot, and a bonus, literally a bonus action from the town when you normally wouldn't get one. Dynamite is not, it's not more action economy. I'm realizing, but I'm wearing a mic, I can take you with me. I didn't get a beverage. It's Thursday night. It's normally actually my off-camera weekly game night with a group of friends that we've been playing games every Thursday for like, we've lost track of the number of years, but closer to 15 than 10. A very long time. But if it fell through tonight, people were busy. It happens. Okay, if you saw my last stream, I was drinking authentic Wild Western pineapple whip seltzer, and I've grabbed another can of it. Same drink today, Watch Me Whip Pineapple Smoothie Seltzer by Noble Ale Works. My husband was down in Anaheim a couple weeks ago, specifically to go to this brewery because his good friend had a gift card, coupon? It must have been a gift card. She had some credit there that she wanted to use up and invited him to help. And then they brought a few cans back for me. So I didn't have to drive down there, and I got to try some of their drinks. Win-win. Okay, I forgot that that's kind of on the strong side as far as seltzers go. Like just it tastes boozy. Okay. I am, as usual, going to play the Texas Hold'em variant, so let's deal out 2 poker cards. Jack of Hearts and Ace of Spades, that seems good. And then we'll give the Sheriff a card for later. And on I go. So, first 3 cards are 6 of Hearts, 3 of Diamonds, 9 of Spades. Well, these are all jack shit with the poker hand, other than taking a heart or a spade to work towards a flush. So, that's probably what I do. What else do we see? We can go straight into the mine. Like, that's probably the play, right? Is use the diamond. And then do I want, I started with wanted level. Why not go straight into the 8? I mean, I'm going to need to grab them eventually. That's the requirement to get a score in the game. But I'll go straight here, where I get a gold pan and a gold, but instead of gaining that gold, I cancel a wanted, because that's the special rule. And that put a, well, let's see, I ended up going the 9 directions, so that puts a 6 of Hearts in my poker hand. Okay. Next up, 3 of Clubs, Ace of Diamonds, 7 of Hearts. Well, For the poker hand, now I've got to decide whether I want to pair up my aces or pursue the flush with the heart. I don't know. Let's see what else these mean for me. We can go to town. Ace lets us ignore wanted in the cemetery and take a mine action because there's a bonus action there at the Undertaker. That seems fantastic. Because I'm going to go to the cemetery at least a couple times, I assume, and then I think that between the mine and a few other sources of reducing wanted, I can basically just run amok in the Badlands. I also could go on the trail and just grab something early, like the gold pan. But no, I think I like this. Clubs to go to town, ace to go to the Undertaker, and then that puts a 7 of hearts in my poker hand. Which, oh, I was gonna say, am I working on a straight flush here? But no, 6, 7, and jack, but 8, 9, 10. Yeah, no, too big a gap. Okay, so I'm going to go to the Undertaker. I unlock the ability to ignore wanted in the cemetery, and I take a diamond action, so bonus action in the mine. And I'll just go ahead and grab the other top one, circle a hammer and a gold, which again cancels a wanted. So I gotta go to the Badlands soon to gain some more wanted, so that the mine will cancel it out. When we get down to the bottom of the mine too, this one has 6 gold, 4 gold, and 2 gold. So that cancels a lot of wanted. So maybe I didn't actually even need like the Undertaker ability. I don't know. But anyway, we made our call and we're sticking with it. 2 of diamonds, jack of spades, 9 of hearts. It is a relief to not have these face cards stealing from me anymore. That was kind of brutal last time when they were always negative points. Okay. This could be a good chance to just go to the trail. Well, I guess at this point I'm really going for the flush with hearts. That's kind of the only place my poker hand is looking like it's going to turn into much. So I think I want the 9. So then I'm not going to the trail. I can either go to the Badlands with a 2 or the mine with a jack. And that would give me this club bonus action in the town. I think that's probably good. Going to the town early is strong. It's strong. So I'll do that. I'm gonna, go to the mine, use the jack. That's going to dig into this chamber. That gold will cancel my last wanted, so I need to gain some more wanted or I'm gonna start wasting gold. And I take a club bonus action. If I'm going to the Badlands, I'm pretty sure I wanna go to the gunsmith and buy a gun. I don't have the cash, oh no. Well, that's a problem. So given that, I probably actually, I didn't think that through. I need some cash. So why don't, I guess I'm gonna go to like the bail bonds and choose an outlaw to hunt, and that can generate me some gold or cash. Gold is a lot harder to come by in this game because you can't get it out of the mine. And then cash, I mean, I could just go to the Badlands for the cash. Is that what I do? Do I back out of that? Go to the Badlands? But it would be with a 2. All right, fine. I think I do. It gives me some wanted also. All right, so I reverse that action. I'm going to give recircle this wanted because I did not end up canceling it with that gold yet. And let's go jack of spades for the suit, 2 of diamonds for the value. So I am stealing chickens. A 2 or higher succeeds at this. There's an 8. So I succeed. I get 1 wanted, 2 stars, my first stars of the game, and 1 cash. But hey, 1 cash is literally how far I was short of buying that pistol. So even though that doesn't sound like much, I think it does the job. And a 9 of hearts in my poker hand. There we go. Next, we got King of Diamonds. Damn, man, and I think because it hadn't come up yet, right? King is what I would have done with the bail bonds too. Damn it. Oh well. 2 kings, great. Wow, okay. It's results-oriented thinking. It doesn't mean that I made the wrong call, but man, would it have felt good to have hit on the bail bonds twice immediately after buying it. Okay, well, if I go to town with the club, all I have is kings, and to go to the Prospectors Club, converting gold to points, not useful. So I am going to the mine or the trail. Honestly, the trail for 12 cash might be the play. Oh, but this finishes my flush. I gotta do it. I gotta have the King of Hearts in my poker hand. I'm gonna write it right there. And so that means I'm mining. If I don't want to go to the Prospectors Club in town, then I'm gonna go in the mine using the diamond, and the 6 is gonna send me here to the gold and the heart. Oh, sorry, I don't gain the gold, I lose a wanted. And the heart bonus action. To be honest, this is the last turn. No, second to last turn. Right, that's how many I've written in my poker hand. 3, 6, 9, yeah. Okay, there's one more turn. But as much as I want the 12 cash, it's a pretty good time to just get a gold pan. I think I will do that. With my bonus heart action, I don't want to go to the trail a lot, and I want to take advantage of my lasso to skip something valuable. But for now, I do think that like the gold pan is just pretty good. So I'm gonna take that. And that's the turn. Final turn of the round. 8 of diamonds, 5 of diamonds, Queen of Hearts. Okay, so I could continue on the trail with this, but diamonds, mining still sounds good. Get rid of my last wanted and then no chance of being arrested. Actually, one wanted, I also won't be arrested, huh? Because even an ace, you're fine. But I just have diamonds or hearts. I already have the flush in hand. I got another heart. I guess I could have done what I wanted last time. But, okay. I'll go to the trail. Yeah. I'll go to the trail with the 8. I'll just throw the 5 in my poker hand. I already have a flush, so that didn't really matter. And now I think I'm going to skip way ahead. I want gold. I want to be able to modify cards. I need some gold income for that. So I could also get some gold if I do the cemetery. If I rob the cemetery here, I'm likely to get one from the Badlands also. Start getting some bonus actions there. That's probably the play. All right, still not skipping anything. I'm being a good, patient little boy on the trail. Okay, and then I can go to the cemetery. I ignore wanted here. So I did want gold. Do I want another pan? I think I don't care too much about the gold pan because I don't like the bonus actions that are down here. I think I want to be able to take like a Badlands bonus action later. So I think I'm going to go up, and that's going to circle a hammer. And I got the star from the trail. But okay, that is it. End of round 1. Taking a well-deserved sip of seltzer. And the poker hand, we know it's a flush. That is 6 cash, 5 stars. Okay. I wonder if I would have gotten that flush. It always makes me wonder, like, what's the value? Is the Hold'em variant that then costs 5 extra points from your final score? Is that generally positive? I just realized I have a ugly-looking paper towel in front of me. I don't know. That could have been a flush anyway, but would I have pursued the hearts if I didn't already have one in there? Probably not. So I probably just basically got most of the value of playing that variant already. And then if it improves one other poker hand, it's probably a net positive. Flush is 6 cash. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 5 stars. That's huge. That's just points, baby. Okay. We're panning and working, so getting 2 gold that I do not have to donate, and 2 hammers is going to be 4 more cash. Okay, so I'm set on cash now. I can buy all the guns I want. And last, the sheriff's going to attempt to arrest me, but since I only have 1 wanted, I am safe on a 1 or on an ace or higher, and it's an 8. So I am fine. Okay, that feels like a good start. All right, so I mentioned I was excited. I have stories. So my husband, he almost got run over by Snoop Dogg today. Like the Snoop Dogg. Not kidding. True story. He works at one of the big movie studios. He works in movie marketing. But so he was walking in their huge campus and nearly got hit by a golf cart. And the way he tells it, his coworker that he was walking with, like, I don't know if he pulled him or out of the way or just said, like, look out, Ryan. Ryan being my husband's name. And then the next thing was then Ryan hears a voice saying, I see you, Ryan. And he recognized the voice and turned and looked, and it was Snoop Dogg driving this golf cart. So through a near miss, Snoop Dogg nearly hit my husband with a golf cart today. And it's Pride, so that would be a hate crime. Yeah, it's just texting me all these details today while I was working from home, and I couldn't believe it. It's always fun, and he has a lot of celebrity encounters, like working in the industry he works in. But not everyone has a brush with death involving a huge celebrity. So that is the big news today in my family. All right, I think we are shuffled. 2 poker cards are going to be King of Spades, 8 of Hearts. Here's a card for the sheriff. Here's a draw deck. And just taking stock a little bit, I'm well on my way in the mine. I'm feeling good about that as far as like getting that completed. I haven't used any of my items yet, so I can still do the sideways dig in the mine, which would be fun to do at the bottom and get like circle one of these and then go sideways, because you also ignore the wanted, and that's where the most wanted is the end game scoring at the bottom. So I think I tentatively want to save that. And then the last one lets me skip a site on the trail. So these are mostly, I haven't been forgetting them, I just haven't used them yet. Okay, we have 7 of diamonds, 6 of hearts, Queen of hearts. Okay, I feel like it's been a lot of hearts and diamonds. Like a lot of turns, hearts and diamonds have been my only options. So I should probably just keep mining. I don't really want to go this deep where I'm getting large chunks of gold because I don't have enough wanted to cancel out with them. I guess down here I do, but that's 8, 9 goes that way. That's no good. I think I want to go to town and get myself a bandana to control my, or no, I still want that pistol, huh? I really need that pistol. All right, so let's do a diamond for mine, queen for value, and a 6 of hearts, which was the same card that I put first in my poker hand last time, so we're doing it again. And this time a straight flush is possible, 6 and 8 of hearts in there so far. Okay, and then the queen is gonna send us this way in the mine. That gold will cancel a wanted. And then a club bonus action sends me to town, and this time I'm going to the gunsmith. I'm spending 3 cash, 1, 2, 3, buying that pistol, because I want to get robbing. And then that gives me a trail bonus action. I kind of want to just jump to the 6 and turn that into a Badlands bonus action and get rustling. So I do want to get the cemetery benefit for completing the row here, maybe, but I kind of just want to get a little bit more wanted earned and some bigger payoffs. I want to wait till I have the rifle maybe to go for the bottom 2 rows. So like, let's go for some cattle. Let's jump straight to the 7, I think. So I need, since I have the pistol, I need a 5 or better to succeed here. And it is a king. Okay, no problem there. So I succeed. I get 2 wanted, 4 stars, and 5 cash. Cash flow issues are solved, that's for sure. Okay, that was good. That was everything, right? Yep. Next, 5 of diamonds, 5 of clubs, Jack of spades. Okay, well that's more like it. I have options here. So I Even though I'm getting some free wanted reduction, the bandana, with as much as I'm going to the Badlands, that reduces the wanted I gain each time I go there by 1. That sounds pretty good, especially because the mine itself is going to start giving me some wanted. I think I like that, but I could go to the mine and go... 5 doesn't work in the mine. That's weird. It's like kind of rare that that happens, but yeah. I think that's fine though, and that gets me down to where I could start digging down to the stars. How badly do I want the bandana? I'm really having trouble evaluating the bandana here. When I have a few extra wanted, like the gold in the mine that I have to collect is going to clear 13 more wanted. It's certainly easy to rack that up in the Badlands, but it still covers a lot there. I guess I also have to get 4 wanted there in the mine, so it's actually more like, not 3 wanted, so it's more like 10 wanted covered. I already have 2. I should probably buy the bandana. Okay, so let me go to town with the suit. Value of 5 with the diamond. It is a little funny that I'm still not using my lucky bullet. I'm gonna need to go to like the bail bonds at some point, because I have to go to somewhere where I cross out a star and then use a different bonus action. I'm starting to run out of options for that. But oh well. This is the right call right now, I think. So that Jack of Spades is going in my poker hand. And then I will buy the bandana, which costs a whopping 1 cash. And there's a heart bonus action there, so I can go back on the trail. That's very good. Maybe I actually... I think here's what I do. I skip up on the trail to this club bonus action. So I'm about to go to town, but I'll use the lasso here and claim the 8 gold. Because that's either worth 4 points at the end of the game, which ain't nothing, or that's a lot of fuel to manipulate my cards. And then that club bonus action, now I'm gonna go to the bail bonds, because that's what I had been wanting to do anyway. Let's card count a little bit. I've seen 2 kings, a queen, and a jack. All right, I will choose jacks. But the benefit is I get to use the lasso to, instead of gaining that star, to do a bonus action from somewhere else on this row. And I want to use the Prospector's Club, a spade bonus action. And then I can keep rustling cattle. So I'm going to go for the 6, which means I succeed on a 4 or higher because I have the pistol. It's a queen. Got it. That's 2 wanted. 4 stars. And 3 cash. Okay. That was a lot of actions. That really chained one into another. Used an item finally, which I feel good about. You can't take them with you, you know? So, gotta use them. All right. 4 of diamonds. 9 of diamonds. Queen of spades. Apparently I should have hunted queens. Okay. Well, queen of spades in my poker hand is good. That's setting up a straight with the jack, queen, king, and they are all spades. So I guess it's setting up a royal flush, or yeah, potentially a royal flush. Not that that's likely even. So what does that leave me? The mine. That's fine. I need to mine. All right, I like it. So queen of spades, go in the poker hand. And I will go, I think I want to just get the next, yeah, here we go. Next level down. And so I'm going to go to the 4, which will go here. And that's going to cross out a wanted instead of gaining a gold and give me a spade bonus action. I can finish my row in the Badlands. So let's rob these cattle. It's a 5, so 3 or higher needed with my pistol. It's a jack. Oh, that's the jack I wanted to come up in the flop. Oh well, I gained 2 wanted. Suddenly the wanted's adding up. 4 stars and 1 cash. Cool. Okay, and then that gets me the diamond bonus action. We're back to the mine, and I can go any direction. So I think the most valuable things are likely to be, like, I think I want to go down to points per circled trail stop, because I'm probably going to the trail once or twice more, especially since I'm up to the high stuff. And then I can dynamite sideways to the circled mine and ignore the circled mine points rather, and ignore the 3 wanted there. So that seems good. So I'm just gonna dig down here with the bonus action, and that's gonna get me 3 stars, a wanted, but 2 gold, which will cancel 2 wanted. So I am sitting on 4 wanted currently. Okay, and the bonus actions end there, sadly. But I think it was good. I think it was good. Oops, I turned the lasso sideways when no, yeah, I used the lasso and I've used the lucky bullet now. There we go. Okay, only dynamite left. And turn, just double checking for sanity, 3, because I made this mistake on last night's stream and Tabletop Troubadour helped me catch it. Yes, based on the number of cards in the discard pile, we were on turn 4 of this round. 7 of clubs, 9 of hearts, 8 of clubs. Well, the spade collection ends here. That means without a spade, okay, flush is off the table. I could pair up the 8s. That's really the best thing I would have going. Yeah. 9 also would help with a straight. Then I would just need a 10 to go 9 through king. Well, let's see what I want to do with these cards. The mine I would need to spend gold, or sorry, the trail I would need to spend gold because I'm too high and these cards are not high enough. So that leaves town. I'm not mad at going to the land office with the 8. Sure, and I think I like the 9 in my poker hand. We'll get greedy. A pair is just not worth very much, so I'm gonna get greedy and go for the straight by putting a 9 of hearts in my poker hand, and then I'm going to town and going to 7 or 8. The hotel is fine. I've never really made it a thing to try to go there 3 or 4 times and maximize its points. It's worth more points at the end of the game depending on the number of times you went there. And right now, great. I already got the Undertaker triggered, so I think that the cemetery is good. So I want to go to the land office, which has a cemetery bonus action. So I will spend 6 cash here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. To do a horizontal tract of land, and that's worth 5 stars. It's so funny that you can spend 8 cash for an L-shaped one, because I think that like the value of that is the same. I only ever spend the 6 here. I don't go here and spend any other number of cash, I guess. Okay, and then I can go to the cemetery, and I wonder if I should have gone and bought the rifle. Should I have gone and bought the rifle? I'm gonna go and buy the rifle. Forget all that about the land office. Let me give myself back that 6 cash. I will, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there we go. I do try to, when I'm on camera, retcon less, but I don't retcon none. That's unrealistic. So I'm spending a gold to make this 8 and 9. That's now what I'm doing. So 1 gold finally spent to manipulate a card. I'm gonna do a 9. I don't get a bonus action or anything, but I can spend 4 cash. I guess I should have only unspent 2 cash there to get a rifle. And now I feel like I can more confidently go for the big stuff in the Badlands. And there's not much left of the game, so I hope I get some time to do it. Okay. This is the last turn of the second round. 3, 2, 10. Did I? Okay. Just checking the cards, making sure that I didn't hit on the bail bonds, but I don't think I did. All right. So, I got the 10, right? Did I get a straight? 6. Why did I think I had a 7? 7, 8, 9. Am I crazy? No, wait. I have 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen. Oh, okay. That's why. Erase them points from the land office. Oh, thank you, Troubadour. You are the angel on my shoulder. Definitely missed that. Okay. Forgot I had already circled those. Yes, 10 would mean I have 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen. So I want to put the 10 of spades in my poker hand. And that leaves me going to the trail with a 2, which would be nothing unless I spent a ton of gold, or the mine with a 3, which could get me here. It's wasting 1 wanted clear. So if I do this, go to the mine, and the 3 naturally puts me here, which gains me a wanted, so I'd have 5, and then 6 gold would clear all the wanted. It would be a hair more efficient to go the 4 direction and clear. No, I guess I should. I would have to spend gold, right, to modify it, and then I would be left with a little bit of wanted. Well, wanted. Okay, you know what? I'll do it. I'll spend a gold. I'm gonna maximize my wanted clearing efficiency. So that 3 is now a 4, and that way I go this direction, and that is going to cost or gain me 2 stars, 1 wanted, and 4 gold that gets donated to clear wanted. So that puts me at 1 wanted again going into the arrest, and that is fine. Okay. All right, poker hand. Yeah, I have a 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen. So that's a straight 5 cash, 4 stars. 29 stars circled already, plus all this cash and gold to convert. Like, I feel like I'm well on track to have a good score. And then I'm panning and working. Speaking of getting resources, that's another 4 cash, 2 gold. And the arrest is checked, but I'm safe. Oh, it is an ace. Wow. I mean, I'm fine, but that was as bad a card as you can have there. Sheesh. Okay. Shuffling up. Speaking of Pride Month, we are going to Pride Night at the Dodgers game tomorrow. We went last year too. The swag was like Pride jerseys that are kind of cool, like Dodgers logo and rainbow. I've worn it a few times. It's sleeveless, so it's not an any occasion baseball jersey, and it's cheap because it's baseball game swag. But it's fun, you know. Date night at the Dodgers game. It's always it's something we do a couple times in the summer. I think it's a nice time. We are not big sports fans, so we're mostly there for the food and the atmosphere. And I mean, we pay attention to the game, but we're also not above leaving in the 7th inning to beat traffic. So should be a good time. I think it's just date night. I guess I don't know for sure whether we're meeting people there. But we definitely have friends who are huge Dodgers fans and go all the time. But I don't need more than a couple baseball games a year. Okay. Round 3. Poker cards are gonna be Ace of Hearts, 9 of Clubs, and there's a card for the Sheriff. Okay, so the item I still gotta use is the dynamite. So I think I wanna dig down and then use the dynamite to go sideways. That's the plan. There's only one more spot in the mine that I must circle, and it's a 6 gold spot, so I wanna rack up some wanted before I go there. So I need to get to the Badlands. That's the mindset. Let's see what the cards say. King of diamonds, 10 of hearts, 10 of diamonds. Jeez. Well, I wanted to go to the mine, right? 10 can get me where I wanted to go. I think that's probably the play. So if I put a 10, let's see. Heart, I don't feel strongly about poker cards. I guess the heart flush worked out for me earlier. I can put the 10 of hearts there and then use the King of diamonds for the suit, 10 of diamonds for the value, and go mining into here. And that's gonna gain me 2 wanted. And that circled the point per circled trail stop at the end. And I do ideally want to get to the trail at least once more and go for one of those big point locations, I think. It's frankly like 3 wanted, 6 stars if I could get a king on the trail, which I guess I could have just done, but that's not what I decided to do. Is that that's what I should have done? I'm tired of retconning things. All right. But Yeah, like 6 points for 3 wanted. Like that's as good a ratio as anything at the Badlands, basically, with no chance of failure. That's something I should do. Oh, and the 10 of hearts needs to go in my poker hand. Okay. 9 of diamonds, 6 of diamonds, jack of spades. Okay, it looks like I can go to the Badlands. Or do I just go to the mine here? No, I wanted to go to the Badlands before I clear wanted. So, okay, so I'm going to use the... Oh, jack hits on bail bond. I get 4 cash, 2 gold, or to clear 2 wanted. I don't think I need to clear the wanted very much, so I am going to take the 2 gold. I don't know, 2 gold or 4 cash is kind of the same thing at the end. Both are worth a point. And, okay, so jack of spades as the suit. 9 puts a pair in the poker hand. No, I needed to do the 9 for value. All right, so this is just kind of trash in the poker hand, 6 of diamonds. I've had 2 very good poker hands, so I don't feel too bad about deprioritizing that here. So a 9 in the Badlands is going to rob a stagecoach. It takes a 9 or higher, but I have the rifle now, so +4, so I just need a 5 or better to succeed. The queen will do it. Okay. I think I've had a perfect record in the Badlands so far. That's very different than some of my earlier games the other night. Okay. So that's 3 wanted, which I wanted that wanted. Ha ha ha. 6 stars and 4 cash. And I guess at this point, I would probably like the bonus action from that row more than I would like the benefits of going for the trains if I have much of a choice based on the values I have access to. It's, yeah, it's a bummer because robbing trains is something I do so rarely. And I thought, if not now, when I can clear all that wanted so easily. But that's okay. Probably not where I'm going. Third to last turn, 6 of spades, 2 of diamonds, ace of diamonds. Jeez. Well, that 6 pairs up in my poker hand, so would the ace. But I am looking at finishing my mine requirement here with a 2 and an ace, and then the 6 of diamonds. So ace sends me in this direction to this mandatory space to circle. So now I've completed the aim of the game. I will be continuing on to the next level. The question is, how many stars do I take with me? And this is going to get me 1 star, 1 wanted, but then the 6 gold that I earned here instead cancels 6 wanted. And I still have 1 left, so all of a sudden it's like, actually, if I gain more wanted, I kind of have to deal with it the normal way. I've used all the mine benefit. But I have racked up a lot of points from the Badlands, so I think this plan is going well. Did I put the 6 of spades in my poker hand yet? Not yet. Okay. 2 to go. 5 of spades, 10 of clubs, 2 of hearts. 10 would take me to 2 pair in the poker hand. That's just 1 cash, 1 star better than 1 pair. But it does work towards a full house, which is a lot better. But I think I want to go to the Badlands with that 10 value, right? It's like it's either that or go to the trail with that 10 value. But the Badlands are even worth a little more. Oh, and I maybe forgot this more than once, but I'm only going to retcon 1. I forgot to take 1 less wanted when I was at the Badlands because I had the bandana. So I'm going to subtract 1 wanted and I'm currently at 0. I won't go back any further than that and think about that. But yeah, let's try to finish that row and get that town action, which I can then rob a cemetery or take another bonus action or something. I think it'll be good. So, so it's going to be these exactly as they are. So 2 of hearts in the poker hand, 5, or the spades, and then the 10 is going to rob this coach. So it's a 10. So with my rifle, I have to draw a 6 to succeed. It's a 4. I fail this one. Okay, I was kind of due to fail. That's going to give me 2 wanted, 3, but I have the bandana. Half the stars, so 3 stars. I mean, 3 stars, it's not the worst turn. I'm a little sad that I haven't, oh, shit, geez, there's starting to be a lot I need to do with this last turn. I need to make sure that I use my dynamite in the mine to get this point per circled mine at the end, because that's going to be 10 points. I can't not do that. All right, well, I just got to flip over the perfect 3 cards. Here goes nothing. 7 of spades, 10 of spades, 8 of hearts. Those are not the perfect 3 cards. It's the perfect 3 cards. Okay, let's look at this. Maybe it is. Maybe it really is, because the 10 in my poker hand makes it a 3 of a kind, which is fine. And then 8 value in Badlands is exactly what I need to rob the last stagecoach, giving me a town bonus action. And then what I would want to make sure to get out of the town bonus action is a mine bonus action, right? So that I can finish that spot in the mine. And so the only thing I'm not accomplishing with that plan is hitting any more of the trail. And I think it is what it is, right? I can't do it all. I also am a little bit bummed how little of the cemetery I've ended up going to, given that I invested in the Undertaker. But I didn't play perfectly. So, 10 of spades in my poker hand. And then the spade suit heart value is going to send me to the last stagecoach. It's an 8, so with my rifle I need to flip a 4. It's a 3. I fail again. Brutal. Okay, that's going to get me 2 more wanted after the bandana discount. 3 stars. But then I've completed this row. I get a club bonus action. And yeah, I want to get a diamond from that to go to the mine. And so because I can't what am I saying here? Oh, because I already used my bullet. Like, I would actually love to go to the saloon and convert cash to points and then copy that diamond. So, but I already used that. So I guess I will just properly go to the sheriff's office. This is going to let me peek at the sheriff's card. It's a 4. So I need my wanted to be low. And then I choose whether I want to gain a star or lose 2 wanted. So I think I will lose 2 wanted, because I'm probably going to have to bribe the sheriff anyway. Or maybe not. No, I think that I'll actually be fine, because this is my last order of business, right? Never mind. I'll take the wanted back. I should take the point, because wanted is not, because a 4, when I have 4 wanted, I'm not arrested. And I know it's a 4, I can just leave that face up. And so I took the point, and then I'll take the mine action, and I'll use the dynamite to, instead of mining normally, I'm going to mine over from the side into there, where I'm going to get a point per circled mine, but importantly, ignore the 3 wanted, thanks to the dynamite. Why blowing the fuck out of the side of a mountain makes you less wanted? I don't know, but I'll take it. And that's the final turn. So, final poker hand, I have 3 10s, nothing else, right? Double checking for flushes or anything, nope. But 3 10s is 4 cash, 3 stars. And I pan and work, so that's another 2 gold, 4 cash. And finally, sheriff attempts arrests, 4 to my 4, I'm fine. And that's it. Okay, so I'm going to calculate my final score and compare it to this rubric. I get 1 legendary star if I'm above 55 points, and a second one if I'm above 70 points. I'm not sure I'm at 70, but there's only one way to find out. So, 1 point for every 4 cash. I have 3 complete rows is 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 32 makes 8 points. Gold, I ended up going out of my way to get all that gold and not really spending it. 8 and 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, so that's 7 points. Silver stars, we've got a point per circled mine, and so that's 5, that's 10. Plus a point for each circled trail stop, that's just 4, because this was me getting the bonus, not properly circling the stop. So 14. And then finally my stars is 46. So my score, 46 and 14, is 60, 67, 75. That's enough. 70 was the threshold for 2 stars. Crushed it. Crushed it without the strong side of the stranger. Wow. Okay. I felt like my luck was very good that game compared to some rougher luck on chapter like 1, I think it was. I got pretty good poker hands and took some big risks collecting the poker cards, and they paid off. I succeeded a lot of my Badlands attempts early on, but kind of made up for it with some high profile losses at the end, so maybe that luck evened out. Still, I'm really happy with that. Nice run in the chat. Yeah, thank you. I'm happy about that. I wish that this, even if it was like 2 sentences, I wish that this game had like epilogue text, like something to read if you succeed or read if you fail, something like that. I always feel like a solo or co-op game, especially one that like has an introduction and then it just has nothing at the end, it feels a little anticlimactic, but so be it. Okay, I am going to play at least one more game. I think it's another fairly late night stream. It's almost 10 here, but it's significantly earlier than I started when I streamed 2 nights ago. So we will see whether I do 3 games. Probably just comes down to what my energy level is. My voice starts to feel it after I'm monologuing into a camera for too long. So we'll play it by ear on whether we're playing a 3rd game, but we're at least playing a 2nd. So I'm going to take a quick break, reset the game, and be back on stream in 2 or 3 minutes. See you then. We are back. I pressed the wrong button. There I am. Although I picked up the board to erase everything. Now I gotta line it back up on camera. There we go. On to chapter 4, where the stakes are raising. The threshold to score legendary stars is increasing by 5 points at all levels. So got to keep doing better. I don't know whether that is supposed to be harder or whether that's to make up for the fact that you're accumulating more and more items, which seem quite good. But we'll find out. In fact, it did occur to me, because I still don't really expect the game to let me keep all 12, to have 12 items by the end. I don't think I want 12 items. I think that would be absurd to try to mentally consider with every action, whether it's time to use a special item. So it's occurred to me that here, as we move to kind of the next like tier of the campaign, that would be as good a time as any for them to wipe my items and start over or something like that. So let's see what happens. Chapter 4 is called A Grave Decision. The distant call of a rooster awakens you abruptly. You roll over with a groan, finding yourself eye to eye with a curious chicken staring you down. Leaning forward, you yawn and stretch, sloughing off a bit of hay stuck to your face. Since you've arrived, the local rancher has been kind enough to let you sleep in his barn, but as you rub your neck from yet another restless night, you realize that you've got to make some cash if you want to improve your situation. Maybe giving all that gold to charity wasn't the best idea. Sure, it earned you some good karma among the townsfolk, but while I robbed their stagecoaches behind them. But it turns out that won't get you very far out here in the Wild West. Heading out into the morning sun, you start moseying into town, passing by the cemetery along the way. Out of the corner of your eye, something shiny grabs your attention. Swinging your head back and forth to make sure nobody is watching, you bend down and unearth a coin from the orange dirt. What luck! Finding the coin makes you wonder, just how much more is here, ripe for the taking? Unscrupulous as it is, pilfering these plots seems like a good way to make some quick cash. After all, what do these old bones need with their jewelry and trinkets? Careful not to be noticed, you slink off into the cemetery to see what treasures you can dig up. Find the Chapter 4 setup card, which I have right here. Let's look at the law of the land first. During the sheriff attempts arrest phase, lower the value of the sheriff card by 1 for each tombstone that is circled, including the center tombstone, to a minimum value of 1. That's bad. That's bad. Lowering the sheriff card makes you more likely to get arrested. And you could reduce it by up to 9? That's very bad. And speaking of reducing the sheriff's value by 9, the aim of the game is to circle every tombstone in the cemetery. Holy shit. Okay, normally I get 2 to 3. Last game I only even ever got 1. Because it's an easy aim of the game to complete, right? Because you can always skip it's something I don't think I've done in 3 chapters. I almost never do it, but you can skip an action to just rob the cemetery instead, to dig up a grave. But it doesn't feel good. You get wanted, you get the reward equivalent to like 1 action, if not something worse than kind of 1 action would be. It's not great. Okay. Okay, well, I do start with some resources. Again, I'm using the bad side of the stranger card, which means I start with 2 cash, 1 gold, and 3 wanted from the start. And I get a new item. So they look like a wheelbarrow or a Bible. Let's see. Yep, Bible. Once per game in the cemetery, you may forego gaining any listed rewards and wanted when circling a tombstone, and instead cross out up to 6 wanted. Oh, this lets you rob a grave and just cure 6 wanted instead of taking any rewards you would have gotten. So you want to use it at a time when you're getting a single thing and not multiple things. Feels like to me. Or the wheelbarrow. Once per game in the cemetery, you may substitute a reward you gain with any previously gained reward in the cemetery. So you could just like get a bonus action that you've already claimed. Or interestingly, you could get like an extra hammer or something that way. But unless the scenario calls for it, I don't actually think that. I think that it's the income things are like they're easy to overvalue. Gaining 3 gold over the course of the game is like not that strong. Okay, I think it's the Bible. I think especially this scenario, but in general, I would love the help managing my wanted. And I think that actually just being able to go there in a pinch and circle a cemetery tombstone and lose 6 wanted is like going to be something that I might skip an action for in future chapters too. Okay, Bible it is. I did not take my items away, so for now I have 4 items. Sheesh. And with that, we can deal 2 poker cards, 8 and 10 of spades. Ooh, we can look for a flush off of that, or a straight flush even. And then a card for the sheriff, which is going to be reduced by 1 already. Boy. Okay. And our first 3 cards are 8 of clubs, 2 of diamonds, 2 of spades. All right, well, if I went to the town, it would be to go to the bank, and I don't have the cash to spend there. So we're ruling out club. And also the 8 is, I probably want the 2 of spades in my poker hand, right? To work towards that flush. It's not a straight flush, but I think my odds of getting a flush are high when I start with pocket spades. So that would, what would this be then? Diamond, 8. That's just going mining. Sure. Sure. I will circle this, get a gold, and the gold pan that I was just panning. Sorry for that. Okay, 2 of spades goes in my poker hand. Here we go. Next turn is queen of diamonds, ace of clubs, 3 of spades. That's a nice variety. So, if I went to town, I could go to the saloon, which I don't have cash for, or the hideout, which is not bad. It clears some wanted. But it's probably not the priority right now. I can go back to the mine, and then I have low value, so it would take me down to get the hammer and a gold. Or I could go to the Badlands, and then the only value I would have to use there is a queen. That's pretty bad. All right. So I think I just use them the way they are here. Put this 3 of spades in my poker hand. If I can just get a flush, then I can just forget, like, not even have to consider what I want in my poker hand and do the strongest actions available. And then the queen is a diamond. The ace is a club to go here in the mine and get a gold and a hammer. I mean, I know I was just bagging on the income items, but at least the time to get them is early in the game, so that part's working out. And I do find that I get at least those 2 basically every game. Okay. Turn 3. 6 of hearts, ace of spades, 3 of diamonds. Well, ace of spades finishes that flush, I was saying. And then that means I'm going to the trail with a 3. That's fine. That robs the cemetery. That's fine. Okay. So put the ace in my poker hand. Trail with the hearts. 3 value will go here. And I gain a star and I rob a grave. I need to rob them all. So I'm ultimately, other than the one that I skip with the Bible, I'm getting all the rewards. And I guess I might as well go for an income item. Let's make it a hammer, because a couple times this campaign I've like not had the cash I wanted a building. So I want to get cash a little faster. So I'll go there, I gain a wanted. I should really do the Undertaker, shouldn't I? Sooner than later. So I'm not getting wanted every time I go here. And sorry, as I'm trying to be a perfectionist about drawing that circle. And I get the hammer. And ace of spades in my poker hand. That is a flush settled. I guess it's still possible with like a 4 and 5 of spades to make it a straight flush, but I'm happy with a flush. Okay, turn 4. 10 of hearts, 6 of diamonds, king of diamonds. Well, this doesn't help me. So the cemetery, let me think about the cemetery for a second, because I've got to do 8 digs. How many are on the board? 1, 2, 3. I got the only one on the trail, and 1 bonus from the Badlands, which means I need to skip 4 actions to go to the cemetery this game. That's a lot. So I have to do, so if I haven't done it this round, then I need to go there a lot of, like, half the time going forward. Oh man, so I should probably just do that. And I can't go to the Badlands anyway to start working on getting the one there. Can't go to town unless I spend gold, but I don't have much gold. All right. I'm doing a quick look at, in case I do want to spend gold, like what would my options be? A 10 to go to bail bonds, 6 to go to the church, which I don't have the cash to make a lot of donations, or a king to go to the Prospectors Club. I don't have a lot of gold. So yeah, I don't think that's the play. I think I'm skipping this one. I hate it, and I hate doing this when I don't have the Undertaker to control this wanted, but at least I took the Bible. So I'm going to go left. I'll circle this one. That gives me a wanted. And between them is a spade bonus action. So I'll go to the Badlands. I'm just going to play it as safe as it comes and start wrestling chicken because I want to at least get that row done this game. So 2 or better to not fail this. 7 will work. So I get 1 wanted, 2 stars, and 1 cash. Maybe I'm already using the Bible. Maybe I'm robbing the cemetery one more time and already using the Bible because I'm at 6 wanted. Okay. Oops, what did I put in my poker hand there? It was the king of diamonds. It really didn't matter. Okay. And 5 of diamonds, queen of hearts, 3 of clubs. So if I went to town, I could go to the general store and get that bandana to help some with wanted. And that gives me a heart bonus action. That feels pretty good. But, I want to use the Bible, right? I need to reduce my wanted here right now. I mean, I could just risk it. I don't have the gold to bribe, though. And the risk, with -3, I'm already in bad shape. The penalty is not that bad. Maybe I overvalue the penalty sometimes. -4 stars or -10 cash. Well, what are my options in the mine? Because I would get a bonus action there. So if I went to the mine with the diamond, and then this direction with the queen, I would get a town action. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. And then I could go to the stables? Stables? Where would I go? If I want to take one of the cemetery actions, but I don't want to go to the land office yet because I don't have cash to spend. Or I could just go to the cemetery. That's probably it. All right. All right, 3 of clubs in my poker hand. Sorry, the Undertaker I meant to ignore wanted. But no, I still have to reduce my wanted. Shit, this is hard. All right. So I'm going to the mine with these cards. That's going to get me a gold and a bonus club action. So I've got to go to one of the places that robs the cemetery. And so I'll go ahead and go to the stables. I'll spend the 3 cash on a workhorse. That's 1 star and a hammer, which I know I was just saying suck, but at least I get my cash back almost immediately from that. And then I'm going to go to the cemetery. I will rob this grave, gaining a wanted. Oh, wait, not gaining a wanted from it, because I will use the Bible. Once per game in the cemetery, you may forego gaining any listed rewards and wanted when circling a tombstone and instead cross out up to 6 wanted. That's what I'm going to do. So all 6 wanted is cleared. So at least this arrests. I've got no record. Sure. Okay. That's fine. That's the end of the round. Poker hand is a flush. You'd love to see that. That's 6 cash and 5 stars. And then panning and working is going to be 1 gold and 6 more cash. And finally, the sheriff's attempting arrest, but I'm not wanted at all. Oh, Jack, I could have survived with some wanted there, but that's okay. But yeah, man, maybe it's because I'm a loud talker. Like I project too much. I get my husband reminds me in public places often that I'm talking too loud and I should bring it down a level. So maybe that's why, but I find that 2 hours of like streaming or recording videos and I start to both like energy level from talking and just how my throat and my voice feel. I started to feel pretty spent. So like I was watching some of the Crash Space this week and today while I was working. The Crash Space is run by it's a YouTube channel run by a guy named Andre. He has multiple YouTube channels. One focused on Netrunner. The Crash Space is focused on Marvel Champions, but today he was playing Ashes, which is kind of why I was watching. I'm actually like kind of more into that right now than Marvel Champions. And but anyway, he had just finished a multi-hour Netrunner stream earlier that day, and then did like a 3.5-hour Ashes stream. And I don't know how he does it. He's I think more soft-spoken than me. Like as far as he's not projecting so much, which is fine because he's talking directly into a microphone and doesn't need to. So am I, but it doesn't stop me because that's just my habit. But he talks like fast and constantly. There's no quiet on his streams. And I just don't know how he has the endurance. So props to you, Andre. It's very impressive and I wish I could do it. I also wish I had the time to stream that much, but you know, one thing at a time. First work on the desire to stream that much and then work on the time. And eventually I'll be streaming that much. Okay. Poker cards are 7 of hearts, 8 of diamonds. That's kind of shit. Sheriff card, and just to take inventory a little bit, I still have the lasso to use a spot I skip on the trail. I don't think I'm going to the trail a lot this game, so I should use that soonish. Lucky bullet that lets me get a bonus action. I realized that I think the cemetery is an action. And so Lucky Bullet, maybe I could have like gone to the church and instead of getting this point, used the cemetery and kind of gotten an extra cemetery action out of that. But I've missed my chance now because it has to be one on the same row and there is no point on the same row as the land office. This is a really wonky one. Caring about the rows, like I don't think that the town was designed for the game to care about the rows, right? And the variety of things in any given row. It's very wonky. The combination of points and actions on each row is very spotty. But anyway, end of the dynamite that lets me go sideways in the mine. And not gain wanted, so you want to use that deeper in the mine. We'll see if we go there. Okay. 9 of hearts. 4 of hearts. Jack of diamonds. Okay, so I was just saying I don't plan to go to the trail much, but here we are, potentially going to the trail. I do want to keep going on the Badlands, so I could just take the trail and go to the 6, which would give me a Badlands action. I don't have a gun or anything. It would be really nice to get a gun before I do a lot of Badlandsing. All right, what do I want in my poker hand? Probably the 9 to be setting up a straight. I'll have 7, 8, 9. Let's just do that and see what else we're working with. So 9 of hearts in my poker hand. And then, so I can go to the trail with a jack or to the mine with a 4. Either one likely sends me to the Badlands, which is very funny. I think I'll go to the trail. I'll just suck it up, and I want to make sure to finish the Badlands, so I want all those bonus actions to kind of guarantee it. So I'll go to the trail with a jack. I'm going to go, like I said, I don't want to not use the lasso and then not go to the trail again. So I'll go ahead and circle the 7, which no, forget the 7. That's 4 stars and a wanted, but the 8 is just 8 gold, which is also worth 4 stars. So I'll circle the 8, get the 8 gold. 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to use the lasso to take that spade bonus action that I skipped over. So that'll send me to the Badlands, and I will rob the chickens. I'm looking for a 3 or higher to succeed at this. And it's an 8. Okay, great. Succeeded at stealing some chickens. That's going to give me a wanted, 2 stars, and 2 cash for that one. All right. So the cemetery, I still need to go 5 times. I can get 2 more from the board. So I still have to skip 3 actions to go there. I gotta keep that in mind. It's so different from how I usually think about this game in that I never consider doing that. Okay. Well, this is going to be bad for my poker hand, that's for sure. It's off suit and doesn't advance my straight. I could pair up the nines. But what else do I have? I have a club, and I could go, and then a 4 or a 9. I'm not mad about going to the gunsmith in town, which would put the 4 of spades in there, because the gunsmith, I can buy a pistol for 3 cash and then be safer robbing the Badlands. And I get a heart bonus action. And the heart bonus action, I think I just circle this one and convert it into a club bonus action. And that sends me back to town going wherever I want, which is very good. I could go to the hideout and no, it's too early to clear wanted. I don't have much wanted. I'm like currently subtracting 4 from the special rules for the circled cemetery tombstones. So that's bad. I think I just go to the land office. I'll go here. I will, I'll circle this one. Yeah. Okay, I'll come back to that. I'm gonna spend the 6 cash. Like I said at the land office, I always do the 6 cash option. Do that rectangle, that's 5 stars. This time I won't wreck on it and forget to do this. And then over at the tombstone, I've gotten 2 gold, a wanted, and a heart bonus action, so I'm bouncing back to the trail. Now I have just 2 wanted, so I don't really want to take the clearing 6 wanted option, but I do probably want to keep that available to me, so I'm going to circle the 10, and that's 5 stars and 2 wanted. So I have 4 trail stops circled. I should consider whether I want to try to get down to the bottom layer of the mine on one of these. Okay, I think that was a good turn. 4 tombstones left to be circled. 5 of spades, 9 of diamonds, king of clubs are my new options. The diamonds send me to the mine. I was just saying I ought to probably be doing some mining. Or the Badlands, yeah, I don't like my numbers. They're too high. Although I have the pistol, but even so. So why don't I go into the mine with I've got to think about my poker hand for a second here. The 5 goes good in my poker hand. Okay. Because then I just need a 6 for a straight. It's a long shot, but I have 2 more turns. Right? Again, sanity checking that. Yep, 2 more turns. And so then I can go to the mine with the diamond, a king value. That's going to send me over here where I get 1 wanted and 4 stars. And make progress down towards those bottom levels. Sure. Sure, we like that fine. Okay. But okay, geez, I've gotta start skipping actions though. Queen of spades, 5 of clubs, 6 of spades. So is this one that I skip? I don't like these Badlands values. If I went to the town, a 6. It's not a bad time to go to the church. It's definitely not a bad time to go to the church. But and then the queen, saloon. It is a bad time to go to the saloon. Really, I need more cash, weirdly. I mean, the big chunks of cash come from, the Badlands mostly? All right, I think I skipped this one. I don't like the buildings I can go to all that much, especially because the general store is with spending 1 gold to make the 6 a 5. I could go to the general store, which I like because it's a bonus action I haven't used, but I don't care very much about the actual things there, and also a circle on the trail, I don't have 6 wanted to utilize that. So, all right, I'm gonna skip this one and go to the cemetery. I will take I'll take this one, which is gonna give me 8 cash. I was a little low on cash, so that's kind of nice. Okay. Oh, and that put a since I skipped this, I guess I can put any of these in my poker hand. I guess I'll put in the 6 and go for that straight draw 4, 5. Oh wait, no, that completes the straight. I was just talking about it last time, how all I needed was a 6. We've done it. Man, I think that the 5 point, this is maybe why I've gotten 5 out of a possible 6 legendary stars so far as I'm playing this Hold'em variant. I think you probably rack up a lot more than 5 points worth of benefit from it. With the caveat that the opportunity cost of taking specific cards because they line up with those, like maybe I'm overlooking more valuable options on the rest of the board. I don't know how to quantify that. 1 turn left. And it's a 7 of spades, king of diamonds, 5 of hearts. So now is a decent time to go back to the trail with the 5 and the king, and I can get rid of 6 wanted with circling the jack there. I also could go to the Badlands, make the 5 of 4, and complete that chicken row. But then I'm sitting on a lot of wanted. I'd have to bribe it away or something. Finally, I could go to the mine, which is always good. I'd probably go to the mine with like a 5 and take, oh, sure, let's do that, I think. Go to the mine with a 5, putting the 7 of spades in my poker hand, and then that means I'm circling this, and that's gonna give me a gold and a heart action, and that also lets me go to the trail, clearing 6 wanted. I'm back down to 0 wanted. We like that. We don't like that next round we have to circle 3 more tombs. I don't see how I'm getting... What's the threshold I need now that we're in chapter 4? 75 points? I guess I gotta remember that I haven't used 2 of my items yet, but other than that, man, it looks grim. I don't think it's happening here. Having to circle all those cemetery tombstones and then manage the wanted and everything. It's a lot. Okay, so I am at my poker hand. I have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 will get me 5 and 4 for a straight. 5 cash, 4 stars. I'm panning and working, so that's 1 gold, 6 more cash. And Sheriff attempts arrest again, can't get me. Wow, but that 6 would be lowered down to an ace by the special rules. So like if I hadn't cleared my wanted, I was toast. All right. I've been, I was talking about it a little bit on the last stream that I was excited to play the new marathon season, but it had just patched and its servers were down. I've played a good amount of it now. It's fun. It's free through like Tuesday. Normally a marathon is like, it's a first-person shooter, an extraction shooter. Normally it costs like $40. It's free this week. Highly recommend it. I think it's excellent. It's made by Bungie, who has obviously an incredible pedigree when it comes to shooters. And the new season seems good. Other than the new map is like a transformed version of an old map, and it's at night, and it is very dark, like by design, because for the first time, you've never had this in the game before, you have a flashlight, and you can actually get throwable items that use your grenade slot, and they're flares to help you see areas where you might be in a big fight. I just don't know if I like darkness as a video game mechanic that much. Like in a horror game, sure. And Marathon is a horror game, really. You want to treat it as stealthy, scrounge for supplies, avoid conflict. Like it actually feels like a horror game in a lot of ways. So maybe it fits, but I don't know. Like I can't play that map in the middle of the day. Like the brightness on my TV is insufficient to be able to play that that map in the daytime. And I mean, I work from home, so like lunchtime or something is a great time to jam a couple marathon runs, and not on that map. Anyway, going into our third and final round of the game, King of Spades, 7 of diamonds in the poker hand, a card for the sheriff, and we've got a 4 of spades, Queen of spades, and a 7 of clubs. So if I don't love my options, I gotta just do the cemetery. That said, I think I love my options because I have what I need. Yeah, I love my options. because Queen of Spades and then 4 for value sends me to finish this row in the Badlands. And I will have a 7 that is a pair in my poker hand. The only other option for my poker hand is to take a spade just because I have one in the pocket, but I'm tired of flushes. All right, 7 of clubs in my poker hand. And then we are stealing chickens. I bought that pistol, so I only fail on a 2 or, no, I succeed on a 2 or higher. It's a queen, so definitely fine. So I get 1 wanted, 2 stars, and 3 cash for that. And more importantly, I've earned that cemetery bonus action. So it's funny, even some like flip and rights and roll rights are engine builders, right? You unlock some building or something and it gives you +1 every time you do a future action or something like that. Fliptown isn't. So as I look at the cemetery, like there are places I could go that would get me a bonus action now, but since Fliptown doesn't really snowball, I actually think the right call is to get those last so that I have the most information when I take those actions. So I'm just going to circle that tomb, taking a wanted and getting the bonuses of 4 cash and 4 gold from the 2 sides of it that I've completed. And now I need to go there twice more, and I've used all the tombstones on the map, so I have to skip 2 of my remaining 4 actions, which feels bad, especially when your score is not high. Okay, well, 10 of clubs, jack of clubs, 8 of diamonds. Is this just, am I just tanking my poker hand here? Probably. I mean, the upside about the cemetery turns is that you can put any of the 3 cards in your poker hand with no other consideration. So there should be value to that, but I'm not seeing how any of these cards capitalizes on it. Like, sure, I have a 7, 8, so the 10 or the jack kind of... No, I don't have 7, 8. I just have a pair of 7s. Yeah, like I could kind of start working on a straight, but it's not going to happen. All right, I could also go to town, and the 8 is the land office. Could grab more points there. It'd be kind of a good way to rack up my score to go there twice, but I just don't have the time, I don't think. And the sheriff's office, potentially interesting. Or the bail bonds office is not interesting. But the sheriff's office sends me to the mine and looks at the sheriff card and clears some wanted. It's pretty good. But you know what? I also could do that by skipping this and going here, gaining a wanted. That's going to get me a gold pan for what that's worth and a town bonus action. So in the town, what do I want? What else? So several of these still have bonus actions. I could go into the mine. It would feel so bad to go to the Undertaker when I've circled all but 1 tombstone already. So I'll probably just go to the sheriff's office, get a mine bonus action, which I've been kind of needing, and peek at the sheriff's card. It's a 2. Okay, so I have to either bribe the sheriff or be at 0 wanted or I'm fucked, because 2 minus 9 is bad. It is a minimum of ace, so like if I have 0 or 1 wanted, I am still fine. But it's not good. And then so I guess I will clear 2 wanted then as my benefit choice there. And then I get a bonus action in the mine. So yeah, I was saying I want to get to the bottom and then dynamite to the left. So yeah, I guess I will take the 2 wanted and point per circled trail stop, which will be worth 5 points at the end of the game. I'm kind of like doing the same thing I did last time as far as the route here and dynamiting into those, but maybe it's just a playstyle thing. I don't know. I don't know if these scenarios have pushed me to this or if it's, I don't know. I think I'm a trail enjoyer. I was saying early in the game that I wasn't going to go to the trail much, and look, I've gone there 5 times and used a 6th bonus. What am I putting in my poker hand? I guess the 8 just to have two cards next to each other in case of a straight miracle, right? But man, yeah, that's a bogus poker card. Okay, 3 turns left. I do just have to go to the cemetery once now. King of diamonds, 5 of clubs, 3 of diamonds. Well, I wanted to go to the mine, but I also get a bonus action in the mine if I finish it in the cemetery. So the other question is just, do I want to go? I kind of want to go to... Here's what I think is happening. I am probably bribing the sheriff. I don't really see a lot of options to reduce my wanted at this point. So I think I want to convert resources to points at the Prospectors Club. So why don't I, yeah, the poker hand is just a lost cause. Right, I mean the king pairs, but whatever. All right, so put the 3 of diamonds in my poker hand. Technically a flush draw is still alive. It's not gonna happen though, I don't think. Okay, so I'm going to the Prospectors Club, where 8 times I can convert gold to stars. So I'm going to do that all 8 times and gain 8 stars. Since gold is worth half a star, that's really just 4 points, but it feels good. And that got me a Badlands action. And I kind of just want to go for broke. I have a pistol. I would like, I guess, for there to be a chance of succeeding. But I want a lot of stars, so I think I'm gonna go for like the 8, that stagecoach. So I succeed on a 6 or higher, since I have a pistol. It's a 10, I succeed. So that's gonna be 3 wanted, 6 stars, and that was 2 cash. Okay, that felt good, that racked up a lot of stars. Amazing J's in the chat. Okay, now I have to look up what this game is. I must have missed earlier streams. Yeah, this is just my 2nd stream, but I am on game 4 of the solo campaign of Fliptown. I don't want to go too far into what it is. It's a Wild West themed roll and write, or flip and write rather. I did a video on the channel where I do explain it quite thoroughly as I play. And then it's not too hard to pick up what's going on, but it's great. Highly recommend it. And it's like a $30 game, I think. So, definitely check it out if it's up your alley. Okay, so I got a lot of stars there. I'm starting to feel better about my score, at least, because I've got 45 stars just circled. I have 2 turns left and still have to skip one of them, so here goes nothing. It's ace of spades, 3 of spades, 3 of clubs. So these can go to town or Badlands. Like the hideout is interesting. It cancels 4 wanted, but since I know I peeked at this, I can just leave it face up. Since I know I'm fucked on the wanted, it's all or nothing. So all of this is really doing is saving me 4 gold on the bribe, right? Which is just not a high value action. The Undertaker we've established it's too bad. And then the Badlands, I would have to spend several gold jacking up my my card value for it to matter. So I think that's bad too. I think this is the clear skip. So I'm gonna go to the cemetery, take that wanted, 2 stars though as 1 bonus, and a mining action as the other one. And it's weird to have not been. It's weird to have not even taken this spade bonus action yet, and yet I have the dynamite. So I think I just want to tunnel to the side again, ignore the wanted, and activate the 1 point per circled mine. So that's 7 points there, and an 8th point if I do end up going there. That's a pretty high value. That's a pretty high value move. And then I'll throw this 3 of clubs in my hand, which at least pairs it up. It's something. It didn't used to be. Oh, that's 2 pairs now. And if I get a 7 or a 3, it's a full house. Maybe I'll salvage this hand yet. We will see. It is the final turn. I have completed the cemetery, which is my mission for the chapter. So that's done. I will complete the chapter. Question is, how will my score be? 6 of clubs, 8 of hearts, 7 of spades. Well, that 7's a full house, huh? Wow, it's actually going to be another good poker hand after all. I think I think that's as valuable as anything else I could do. So I'm going to dump that in my hand. And then I can go to town with an 8, which is a land office, could get some good points. Or the trail with a 6, which is what am I saying? It's pretty worthless unless I were to spend a lot of gold. So I am going to town with an 8. I also could spend a gold, make it a 7, get a couple points at the hotel, and go to the Badlands one more time. I think I like that. Why not? I have enough gold to get 3 wanted in the Badlands and still bribe, right? Yeah, I do. Just barely. I'm gonna do it. I'm going for it. Okay, so I am... I just realized... So I could go to the Undertaker, get a diamond action, go to the mine, circle that, and get to the Badlands via it. So I get 1 more point in the mine and a gold, so that's a 1.5 points. But the hotel itself is worth a 1.5 points, converting 2 cash to 2 points. Whatever then, I'll just go to the hotel, spend 2 cash there, and that sends me to the Badlands, where I'm gonna just go for the next most valuable stagecoach. Since I have a pistol, a 7 will succeed here. It is a 5. I do not succeed. But I still get 3 wanted. That's a bad thing, but I can say it in a good tone. And 3 stars, half the stars. All right, I mean, I'm at 50 circled stars. Like, my score might be fine, after all. And that's it. That's the chapter. I do think, I'm on a roll. I think I want to play one more after this. And the poker hand. Somehow it came out okay. 3 7s and 2 3s is a full house. That's 7 cash and 6 stars. Jeez. 6 stars is a lot. I definitely think that the Hold'em variant is valuable. I think it's a big part of why I'm doing so well. Then panning and working, so 2 gold, 6 cash for my income. And sheriff attempts arrest. I have 10 wanted. I think I just have to bribe. It's like it's bribe with 10 gold or lose. Oh, wait. 18 cash is worth 4.5 points and 10 gold is worth 5 points? I guess I'm better off taking getting arrested and paying 18 cash. Sure. All right. So I will not bribe the sheriff. We reveal the card that I already got to peek at, so we know it's a 2. I get arrested. I pay bail of 18 cash. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, plus 10, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, I think it's a hair better than spending the gold after all that. Okay, I'm done. How did I score? Cash, I have 8, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 is going to be 6 points worth of cash. Gold, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 is 7 points worth of gold. Silver stars, 1 per circled trail stop is 5. 1 per circled mine is 7, so that's 12, and 2 from the hotel is 14. This is maybe adding up to something. And stars, 5 rows of 10 is 56. Wow, very close to my score last time. I think I had 56 and 14. Like, this sounds familiar. Didn't I have 56 and 14 to get 70 before? And then, no, it was like 46 and 14. Holy shit. 70, 77, and 6 is 83. Did I underestimate the cemetery? I think that's my highest score of the campaign. I do have more items, right? So that's, even though one of them I never even used. 83, the score I needed with the +5 for playing the Hold'em variant is 75. So I beat it by 8. I didn't expect it at all. Wow. All right. So there's another 2 legendary stars to go in my inventory with the 5 that's already there. Damn. I'm doing good, I think. 7 out of an 8 possible stars. Even though I've been playing as the weaker identity for the last 2 games. I'm. It's funny. I've played Fliptown a number of times now. Before this campaign, or this campaign, I've just played 4 times in a row on streams. But before that, I've played it at least a dozen times. Like, not hundreds, but at least a dozen. I've always felt like it's a game you can't be that good at. Like, there's too much like luck in the Badlands, and just the town is full of all these like tantalizing, hard to evaluate options, and all this stuff. But I might be eating my words because I think I can feel myself getting better as I'm playing this. I think I am getting better at this game and really identifying, because I play by gut a lot, right? Like you can hear I math some things out sometimes, but other times I'm just like, fuck it, that sounds great, let's do it, let's move on. And that's kind of how I approach board games. I play with my gut. And so a lot of the time when I get better at a game, it's kind of just because my gut is getting better. It's hard to explain. But yeah, I feel like that's happening with Fliptown. It's fun. It's satisfying. Okay, so I'm going to take one more brief break. I think this time, after playing 4 games on this board and just wiping it off with a paper towel, I'm starting to look a little grimy. I might take a damp napkin to it, clean it properly, and reset the game. And I'll be back for one more chapter in a couple minutes. See you then. All right. Sorry, that was a little bit of a longer break than the previous one, but the Wild West has never looked cleaner. Right, it's still a little dingy. I guess the West is supposed to be dingy. And I'm sure I didn't play on camera, but you know, it affects my enjoyment when it starts to look disgusting and grimy. So it took some time to properly clean it and dry it, and the board is good as new, good as gently used. And we are to chapter 5 already. This campaign flies by. Fliptown, it's only like a 30-minute game, so I guess 12 games of it is only going to be as long as two medium-long board games. But I've got my chapter 5 set up, and let's see what's up. Oh, this sounds nice. It's called Dust and Despair. It turns out taking the high road is harder than it looks. You arrived in town with a clean slate, a chance to rewrite your history. But like the nearby creek bed that once snaked through the land, it seems your prospects have all but dried up. Still, there are plenty of opportunities roaming the range if you're willing to let your morals slide by the wayside. Heck, you've already robbed some graves. How much lower can you stoop? With a heavy heart, you pay a visit to the general store. I'm looking for something to help me procure some fast cash, you say to the woman behind the counter. You got anything like that? The woman ponders before answering, well, we do have a few vintage pieces here. She pulls a rusted Bowie knife and old bandolier off the shelf, blowing the dust off of them and slamming them onto the counter. Either of these strike your fancy? Yeah, this'll do, you reply, choosing one of the items. It's just for show anyhow. With the item in hand, you leave the shop and turn toward the Badlands off in the distance, determined to get ahead in this cruel world by any means necessary. That is very funny, that the other 4 chapters have had a different story and then you get an item. This is just a story about you getting an item. The flavor text here was literally just you go to the store and buy an item, and then the next thing you do is choose an item. I don't know why. You know what? Let's not overthink it. Clearly, these were. This is just occasional Wild West tropey words like mosey and prospect, and not much story to it other than that. Okay, well, we went to the general store. We are going to get either a knife or a bandolier. But first, let's see what the rules of this game will be. The law of the land. In the Badlands, you do not need to succeed in a robbery. Oh, sorry. That is not what this says at all. Let's try this again. In the Badlands, if you do not succeed in a robbery, you do not get to circle that target. You still gain the fail robbery rewards as normal. All the wanted, half the stars, none of the cash. If the target was not circled, you may attempt to rob it again in a future action. And the aim of the game is successfully rob at least 4 targets, one of which must be the king train. That's just going to take some luck. You can get a rifle so that you succeed at that with 4 or less, so on a 9 or higher. I guess that sounds fairly doable. But it's still 5 out of... How many cards are there? 13? 5 out of 13 is like not guaranteed. You could just fail this one on luck. That's intimidating. Okay. But maybe the items will help? Let's check out the items. We've got the bandolier. Once per game in the Badlands, you may add +1 to your robbery card for each previously circled target in the Badlands. Oh, well that would help. You can just snap up all the chickens, then go for the king. Or Bowie knife. Once per game in the Badlands, draw 2 robbery cards instead of 1, using the card of your choice. Discard both cards after resolving the robbery. So the Bowie knife is good for a one-off, just like you're not focusing on the Badlands, but you want to go once or twice and have good odds at the high star levels. The bandolier is better if you go to the Badlands a lot, obviously. +1 for each circled target. So I always kind of do a combination of thinking about this game and the future. The bandolier, it's not specific. Once per game in the Badlands, you may add +1 to your robbery card for each previously circled target in the Badlands. Like, I'm guessing you get to reveal the card? It just says you may add +1 to your robbery card. It doesn't say, like, use the bandolier before revealing the card, right? That's very strong if you get to flip the card and see what it is. And as far as I can interpret, let me know if you disagree, but I think that's how this works. And so then I think even if it's just a +1 or +2, it's very powerful because you just use it only when you know you would fail without it. Let's do that. Let's take the bandolier. Okay. Also, I really like the Badlands, if only because I like the chance of it. I like the moment that it creates, and so I go there quite a bit in general. Okay. So I'm the stranger, the nerfed side again, because I've been doing too well. They're keeping me down. So 2 cash, 1 gold, and 3 wanted to start the game. And we're ready to go. We still have the lasso, the lucky bolt, the dynamite, and the Bible to think about as we go. Here's a card for the sheriff and 2 for my poker hand. They are 6 of clubs, 7 of hearts. Well, some low, for the card counting of the Badlands, it's some low cards gone. Okay, let's go into turn 1. 3 of diamonds, 4 of hearts, 4 of diamonds. So some more low numbers. Might be a good time to go to the higher stuff in the Badlands. But not with these suits. This can send me to the mine or the trail, and they're both fine numbers for that. I kind of think the cemetery was... I'm trying to figure out, last game I got my highest score of the campaign, and I did have more items, but it's, in the times I've played Fliptown, which like I said, it's like over a dozen, I think I've never once skipped an action to go to the cemetery, almost ever, and I wonder if a takeaway from that should be, if you're better at the game, you'll be identifying times to go skip an action and do the cemetery, because I did it 4 or 5 times that game and got so many points. How bad can it be? I didn't even have the Undertaker to reduce the wanted you gain from it. So, yeah, maybe that's a lesson. So that said, that's not what I'm doing. I think I will go to the trail though, and do, these cards are like, the 4 I guess sets up a straight, but these are pretty dumb cards. So I'll go to the trail with a 3 and go rob a grave. And I think I want the cash income early on. I think is what I'm noticing as I play more, is that more often than needing gold and not having it, I need cash and don't have it when the first couple times I go to town. So I will just go up here. Well, wait, I could just get cash. Why get a hammer and get cash later when you could just get cash now? Let's go here. And that's gonna get me 4 cash right now. Then I can go to town and buy whatever I want. I do need a pistol for those Badlands. I absolutely do. So I think that was the play. 4 of diamonds goes in my poker hand. And next turn is an 8 of diamonds, a 3 of hearts, Jack of hearts. Could go back on the trail, that's for sure. Still no Badlands or town, unless, no, I don't even have the gold to convert this. Probably I just want to go to the mine. A 3 in my poker hand makes it so that I have 3, 4, 6, 7, and I would just be looking for a 5 for a straight. That seems pretty strong. So I'll do that. And then I'll go to the mine with a jack, so that's high. It sends me this way. I get a gold pan and a gold. Okay. Queen of clubs, 2 of spades, 9 of clubs. Well, I could go to town now. I've not banked on red or black. It would have paid out right here. I don't think this entire campaign I've gone to the bank and spent the 4 cash to start gaining points whenever it's all red or all black. I kind of want to, just for fun. But no, clearly I have a 9, I can go to the gunsmith and get the pistol. It's the Badlands scenario, I have to do it. The 2 in my poker hand, really I think all that I care about in my poker hand is a 5 for a potential straight, so that's fine. And then I will go to the gunsmith, spending 3 cash on a pistol. And I get a heart bonus action, so I go on the trail. Like that seems good. Why don't I just keep moseying? Just go 1 step up the trail? I think so. 3 points and a wanted. I don't see much reason to skip that. Well, I don't love the wanted. Let's just get more cash. 12 cash. That's a pretty good haul. 10, 11, 12. Okay. So yeah, I have infinite money now. I got the cheat code. And that's going to do the round. Okay, turn 4. 5 of diamonds, Jack of spades, King of hearts. So I can keep going up the trail. I got to do the Badlands at some point, though, and that's a pretty good one. Oh, wait, that's a 5. Shit. I need the 5. Right? I need the 5 in my poker hand. That's a straight. I think it's worth doing. And so then well, here's what I can do. Because I really liked the idea of going to the Badlands with a 5 and kind of getting a few points, but also starting to circle things that my bandolier bonus is established. So why don't I go to the trail with that King of hearts, and with the Jack value, I can just circle the next number, which is a 6, and that's a bonus Badlands action. So then I can take this cow, and I already have a pistol, so I just need a 3 or higher to succeed. It's a 4. Oh, pistol made it happen. I get 2 wanted, 4 stars, and 1 cash from that. Feel good about that. I think it was a good play. Oh, and that 5, importantly, goes in my poker hand. That's a straight completed. It's a 6-card straight, 2 through 7. Okay, last one, 5 of clubs, 2 of hearts, 10 of diamonds. So I can go to the mine and get a hammer. That's sure not bad to get that cash income. I mean, it's kind of bad. I guess if you don't need the cash, and I have a good amount of cash, and I'll keep getting it if I keep succeeding at the Badlands, a hammer is just a 1.5, right? 6 cash over the course of the game. That's kind of garbage. I think I just go get the rifle. Check this out. I go to town with the club, make the 10 a 9 with a gold, and I go back to the gunsmith already, spend 4 cash, and I have the rifle. The only upgrade I have left for the Badlands that I haven't gotten would be to go to the general store and buy the bandana, which, wow, I have a 5 here. No, the 5 was my club. Yeah, okay. That's fine. Throw the 2 in my poker hand. It doesn't matter because I already had the straight. So resolve the poker hand. A straight is worth 5 cash and 4 stars. I have forgotten about items. I've not really thought about them at any point. At some point I got to skip an item and take it with the lasso. The Bible can help me clear wanted in the cemetery. The lucky bullet. Yeah, I haven't really lost my opportunity to do that. Okay, I've just got to not forget these. I am pan and gold. I didn't grab a hammer, so I'm just getting 1 gold. And the arrest, my wanted is 5. I would lose 10 cash if I get arrested, which I have. I can't bribe. Oh, I can't bribe, so I have no choice. I'm doing it. Okay, I don't have the gold to bribe. So on a 5 or higher, I'm safe. It's an 8. Whew. Okay. Great. Whew. I wish I'm so flush with cash in this game. I wish it was real. Part of the reason I streamed on Tuesday, I said on Wednesday, I want to stream more. Or I said on that stream that I planned to stream the next day, Wednesday, time permitting. Time did not permit because my car was in the shop and it was ready finally after a couple days and I had to deal with that. And so then I didn't get much work done during the day and I worked late. But anyway, the car was just in the shop for a sensor issue. I have an electric car. It has a front camera that it uses to help the one pedal driving. And when I went over bumps, it was like giving errors. $3,600 to get this fixed. It was not fun. I'm fortunate. Like we're a double income, no kids household. We are fine. Like you know, we're not. I don't know. We're not in a bad position because of it or something. We're fortunate enough, but still, man, not in the budget for the month. That was for damn sure. Electric cars, like, man, I save a lot on gas, but the maintenance when they need it is expensive. Oh, that's it. I love my EV. It's just a money pit sometimes. Okay, poker cards are gonna be Ace of Hearts, 5 of Diamonds, a card for the sheriff, and it's turn 6. Here we go. 6 of hearts, 2 of clubs, 3 of diamonds. Low numbers again. These are too low to go on the trail unless I bump them up. So, and I can't go to the Badlands. Let's look at where this takes me in town with the 2. I kind of like the 3 of diamonds because it both works towards a straight and a flush in the poker hand. So what would a 2 and a 6 get me? I kind of like this because, well, there's 2 options. I could modify this to a 5 and go to the general store to get my bandana. I could also go to the church, make donations to get rid of my wanted level, and then use the bullet to use the heart bonus action anyway, which is also very good. But I want the bandana. So I'll spend the gold to make the 6 of 5 and buy the bandana. That's 1, and now I'm fully upgraded in the Badlands. And then that's a heart bonus action, so I can keep going up the trail. I want the 8 gold because I'm low on gold. Also, speaking of getting better at this game, I've been spending very little gold on modifying the cards, and that is probably me missing better plays, I'm guessing. Because, I mean, maybe not, because it's worth points. But when I get to the end of the game and like, oh, I spent 1 gold once to modify a card, it doesn't feel like that probably was me optimizing. It's probably me missing opportunities. But I got the 8 gold. Do I want to use the lasso to grab this 4 points, or do I want to try to save it for something bigger? I think I want to save it. I want to like snag a bonus action that I pass with it, something like that. Okay. So that's that turn, right? Yes, 3 of diamonds goes in my poker hand. And we will move on. Okay. I was just saying, like, I gotta remember the cemetery too. 7 of clubs, 9 of hearts, 5 of clubs. So that's not good for the trail. And so I'm going to town unless I modify this, which I could. A 7 in the Badlands would be pretty nice if I modify one of those to be a spade. If I went to town though, I could use any of these numbers because I have 2 clubs available, and 5 is ideal in my poker hand. It would pair up the 5s. Other than that, it doesn't matter much. So, well, and the 5 would just go back to the general store. 7 would go to the hotel and give a Badlands bonus action. And a 9, I've already been to the gunsmith twice, don't need that. I think forget pairing up my poker hand. I think I want to go to the 7 in town. And so that's going to let me go to the hotel. I spend 2 cash, circle the 2 endgame stars. I was saying earlier that I've never really gotten very high up on this track. Maybe I'll try it. 23 stars is a ton for going there 4 times. But that also gave me a Badlands bonus action. So I'm just going to keep marching down the cattle route. I'll eventually get a mining bonus action and hopefully circle a lot of things along the way. I'm realizing I'm circling them early. I have to succeed to circle them. So because I have the rifle, I get +4. So I succeed on a 2 or better. I just need to not see an ace here. It's a 6. Okay. So I get 2 wanted, 4 stars, and 3 cash. Okay. Oh, and that 9 of hearts goes in my poker hand. And then turn 3 of this round, 4 of spades, jack of hearts, 5 of spades. I mean, I could go to the Badlands with this. It's risky, but kind of cool. It would be a cool move. Or with the heart, no, but I don't have a value to go up the trail. It's kind of all this does, unless I want to modify something. I kind of do want to modify something. I think I want to go mining. So I'll put the 4 in my poker hand, is what I'm seeing. Yeah, okay. So that puts me, if I get a 2, I have a straight. And then I'm going to modify with 2 gold the spade into a diamond on this 5, and then use the jack to go this way in the mine down to get a gold and a club bonus action. With that, I kind of want to use my bullet for once and go to the hideout. That's just going to clear 4 wanted, which feels very good. And oh, speaking of which, took 2 wanted, but I had the bandana. I should have taken 1 less in the Badlands, so there we go. And then I'm going to use the lucky bullet to, instead of taking the star from the hideout, use the bonus action on its row and get another mining action. This is a bonus. I think I want to try to get these bonus actions, so I am just going to take that one. That's going to be a hammer and a gold, and that way I can work my way down to like that bonus Badlands action that's in there. Okay, I like it. Triple action turn, you gotta love it. I still haven't even considered skipping an action yet, which I was just saying, like maybe I learned that that's pretty valuable to do. Whoops. It'll be fine. 8 of clubs, 3 of hearts, jack of spades. I am just checking my discard pile to make sure I haven't missed any poker cards. Yes, this is the 4th turn of the round. Okay, so if I went to town, I could, so I was looking for a 2 for the straight. None of these are good for my poker hand, so I guess I don't have to worry about it. Well, a 3 pairs it up. If I went to town with a jack, I could go to the sheriff's office, see how I'm doing on wanted, and then take a mine bonus action. I kind of like that. What's my other option? A spade. And do the 8 there. That's also actually pretty okay. But yeah, maybe I save the sheriff's office to try to do in the late game. So sure, let's go to the Badlands. That's what this is all about. I'm gonna go to the Badlands with an 8, put the 3 in my poker hand. And that means I am robbing this stagecoach. Again, I prematurely circled it, so we'll erase it if we need to. It's an 8, I have a rifle, so a 4 or higher succeeds. It's a 5. Okay, just barely. So with my bandana reducing it, I get 2 wanted, 6 stars, and 2 cash. So now, although I would like to finish at least one of these rows for the bonus action, and all the stars along the way, obviously, I now have the requisite I need other than completing the king. If I circle the king, rob that train, then I've completed the aim of the game. And my bandolier is a +3, and I have +4 from the rifle. So currently king's better than 50-50, because I can add 7, right? So that would mean like a 6 or higher, huh? Because the king's a 13. So that's pretty good. But if I circle more, it's even better. So we'll see. It should be pretty safe to go for that 7 at least and get that bonus action. Yeah. Okay. This is the last turn of this round, so I also need to figure out what I want to do with the sheriff and the wanted situation. 3 of spades, jack of diamonds, 2 of spades. So I could go for a real high target with that jack and a spade. In the mine, you know, I think I like mining and then using the bonus action better. Because if I go to the mine, oh, there's the 2 for my straight, huh? Yeah. If I go to the mine with a 3, I'll put the 2 in my poker hand, and that is ace 2 3 4 5. That's a straight. Hell yeah. The diamond, and then the 3 sends me down this way in the mine, which is going to give me a gold and a Badlands bonus action. I'm going to use that to try to nail this 7 cow. So I succeed on a 3 or better. It's a 4. I just cut those close. Thank you for the guns. That's 1 wanted after the bandana discount, 4 stars, and 5 cash. Great, and now my bandolier is adding +4, so I feel like I could go for that king train anytime. And then also I have earned a bonus diamond action so I can mine with this. I don't really want the wanted. Oh, you know what's interesting? I could use the wanted to go to the trail. I could use grab the trail bonus action, go to the trail, and get -6 wanted. That seems good. Let's do that. So diamond action will go to the mine, get me a gold and a heart action to go to the trail. I'm going to take this, but on the I'm going to use the lasso. Once per game on the trail, gain the items listed on a trail site that you skip. So I'm going to take the... Ooh. What am I taking? I was going to take the 5 points and 2 wanted, because then the 6 wanted reduction will cancel some of that out. But I could also go to the town and like rob a grave, which also gives me that wanted. Let me do that. I think that's better. Oops, circled the wrong one. Just saying, go to town with a club bonus action. So then I can go to the land office, I think. Go to the land office, spend 6 cash to buy some plots of land. I'll buy the same one I always do, that bottom row. That's 5 stars. And I'm robbing a grave, so I will take this one, which gives me a wanted and a diamond bonus action. That'll send me to the mine. Boy, again, I think kind of the points per mine is probably the most valuable. So I'll go this way again. I always go to the same place in the mine. I go to the spot that's between the circled mine and the points per circled mine spaces and the points per circled trail spaces, because it's just, I always just rack those up. I don't know if if that's the best thing to do, and I've identified that, or if I am stuck in a rut. But that's gonna give me 3 stars, 1 wanted, and 2 gold. And then finally I circle back up here, and now -6 wanted from the trail. So I have 1 wanted going into the arrest attempt, which seems good. But first, ace 2, 3, 4, 5 is a straight in my poker hand, so that's 5 more cash. 4 stars. And pan and work is going to be 1 gold, 2 hammers. I intentionally deprioritize those, and I think it's working out fine. I think that income is, I've been overrating it. And then it attempts rest, but I'm safe on an ace or higher, which is everything. It was a 10. So I didn't have to, I was a little panicked about nothing. Okay. This is it. It's the final shuffle of the night, because I am stopping after game 5 here. I wonder how they did, like, how does the design of this campaign work? I was thinking about this on my little break before when I was cleaning the board too. But because the points that you need scale over the course of the campaign, but you have this ever increasing accumulation of items. Speaking of which, I have several I still haven't used and probably should. And then the what am I saying here? Like, as they play tested this and designed this, the rules of each scenario are not something that can be tweaked, right? So like if the last one that was circle all the cemetery tombstones, say that playtesting decided that one was a little too hard, like I guess you could, but like making it a little easier by saying you must circle all but 1 tombstone would like not be aesthetically pleasing, right? That doesn't sound nearly as good. And then other ones where it's like you must reach the end of the trail, like they're very satisfying, nice sounding goals that would not be easy to adjust, to tweak. And so I'm wondering what the process was for that. Maybe the result, maybe the answer is just they didn't think that hard about balance, which I think for a solo flip and right campaign is probably fine, right? It just kind of is what it is. Some scenarios might be easier than others. Whoa. You know we're getting to the bottom of this can of fairly strong seltzer. Shuffling skills deteriorating. I gotta end this soon. Okay, so anyway, that's enough. That's enough babbling about game design, I guess, but it does interest me what process must have gone into coming up with this. Okay. Poker cards are Ace and 8 of clubs. Well, that's pretty good for chasing a flush to end this. And turn 11 of 15 is a 7 of spades, a 3 of clubs, an ace of hearts. The hearts are pretty useless unless I was going to spend a lot of gold. So let's look at the spades. I mean, spades aren't great. Spades let me go after a chicken. It's a little scary that I need to at least have a couple attempts on the king in the Badlands, right? The cards won't necessarily hand that to me. In town, I could go to the 7, which is the hotel. I was saying maybe that's a thing I should do more of. Or I could go to the ace. It ignores wanted in the cemetery. Oh, and gives me a diamond action. I think that's fine. Why don't I do that? Or should I just be robbing a grave? Is that good? Is that actually a strong thing to do? I think so. I'm going to try it. I don't know. I wish I had more wanted because I would actually use the Bible. But instead, I'll just rob this grave. I get 4 gold and a wanted. And now the next time I rob a grave, I get a Badlands bonus action, which sets me up for a guaranteed kind of shot at the king. So, yeah, that was a weird one. Oh, and then what do I want to put in my poker hand? Oh boy, I could pair up the aces or I could grab the club and go for the flush. Like a full house is worth even more than a flush, but I think a flush is just pretty likely when I have 3 of them already with 4 cards left to go. So I'm going to put the 3 of clubs in there. That is the other benefit of skipping. There's another club. Okay, 8 of hearts, 3 of spades, 5 of clubs. I mean, I'm totally equipped for the Badlands. I should still, even though this is not going to let me go at the king, I should still probably just go for points here. Right? If I went to town, I've been to the 3 and the 8, so I'd have to manipulate that to go somewhere new. I don't really think that's the way. So yeah, let me just take the 3 and the 8. So 3 of spades as my suit, and then I'm going to spend a gold to make the 8 a 9 and go for this stagecoach 9. The 5 of clubs will go in my poker hand. That has me 4 clubs towards a flush. And now I see if I succeed at a 9. I'm getting +4, so I need to pull a 5 or higher here. It's a 2. I fail. Brutal. Okay, I still get the wanted, which the bandana reduces, and I get half the stars, so 3 stars, but I don't circle it because I failed that, because that's the special rules of this scenario. So next up, we have 4 of spades, a 2 of hearts, and a king. This lets me take a shot at the king. I think I gotta, right? Because it might take me a couple tries. There's no clubs here to worry about my poker hand with. I just don't see why, in what universe do I not at least attempt this and hope for the best. The only question is there anything that would get me a spade bonus action to do that with? Yes. Yeah, I could go to the Prospectors Club. I kind of like that, because I could also convert some gold to points. Sure. I'll take the 4 in my poker hand, just because it does work towards a straight a little bit, because I have 3, 5, so 4 of spades. It doesn't help my flush. And then I'm going to make the 2 a club with 2 gold and go to the Prospectors Club. Here I can spend gold for stars, so I'm going to do it 8 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is the maximum. As far as my score, if I complete the aim of the game, I'm already at 46 circled stars. I'm feeling pretty good on the score, right? Like, I think this is looking kind of like, I mean, I guess I have less cash and gold, but if I don't get arrested at the end, I think I have a pretty good score. And then, oh, maybe. I don't have mining topped off like last time. We'll see. We'll see. That gave me a spade bonus action. I am going for the king. How can I not? So I have the pistol, or sorry, the rifle, so I can come in 4 lower. So king, queen, jack, 10. So a 9 or higher succeeds. But also my bandolier can add 4. So on a 5 through 8, I can do that. So here's the reveal. It's an 8. I need the bandolier, but I think I spend it. Because this would also fail, get me a bunch of wanted for less benefit. I use the bandolier, add 4 to that, and that succeeds the king, so that'll circle that. I've succeeded at the aim of the game. I get 3 wanted because bandana discounts that from 4. 8 stars. That's a lot of stars. And 10 cash. Also a lot of cash. I'm just going to circle this next row. Save myself some circling. Cool. We did it. 2 turns left. There is still a bonus Badlands action set up for me in the cemetery if I just skip any other action. So I could go for the queen, you know, and I mean, or, well, now that I don't have the bandolier, maybe that's not so safe. I would get, if I want to use the Bible and the cemetery to reduce wanted, I have to forego any rewards. That is scary. Well, 6 of diamonds, jack of spades, queen of diamonds. That's not a club. It's possible that I strike out on my poker hand here. This, the 6 would help with a straight, but let's see what else is going on. I could go to the Badlands with the jack and the queen. I could go to the mine with a jack and get the points per circled trail stop. That's 6 points. Those are kind of my options. I just have diamonds and spades. I think I go for it. I think I go for the Badlands. There's even a world where I get both of these. It's not likely, but it's possible. Let's do it. We're taking a swing. I am going to do jack for the suit, queen for the value, put the 6 of diamonds in my poker hand, which I think is the best card to put in there anyway, so that worked out. I'm going for the queen. So I still have to succeed at this in order to circle it, but at least I'm coming out of it with stars and a lot of wanted, but we won't worry about that. So I succeed on an 8 or higher because of the +4 from my gun. So it's a jack. I succeed. That's sweet. I get 3 wanted, 8 stars, and 6 more cash. Incredible. That went great. If I could do the jack next time, I also get a heart bonus action, and that would rack up a hell of a lot of points. I would have like 70 stars just circled. It barely matters what happens otherwise. That seems great. I do have 10 wanted that I need to manage. So if I do that with the jack, I get arrested, right? Because I'll have a lot of wanted, but it's probably worth. Let's see. Final turn of the game is a 10 of clubs, 8 of spades, jack. I can do it. I can put the club into my hand to finish the flush finally. 8 of spades, jack of diamonds. How do I not? How do I not try this? I was saying I play with my gut. I also follow the rule of cool sometimes, and it is cool to rob all the trains in the Wild West. I've never done that in Fliptown. And normally, you would just get to circle them even if you fail. This time, if I circle them all, it also means I succeeded at them all. It's too cool not to try. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw that 10 in my poker hand. We'll come back to that flush later. And then a jack in the Badlands. So because of my +4, this is going to succeed on a 7 or higher, right? Jack, 10, 9, 8, 7. Yeah, 7 or higher succeeds. It is a jack. Got it. Hell yeah. We got the whole train row in a scenario that makes it harder than usual to get them. I guess other than the bandolier helping with 1. But still, forget about the bandolier. We did it. That's amazing. 8 stars is going to spill over into... There's actually a component for this. Maybe in the campaign you're more likely to get high scores, but, oh, I don't know where it is. Here we go. There's an extra stars card. So I have maxed out the star count. So I'm gonna erase a row and give myself the plus 10 stars card. So there we go. That is 70 circled stars. Even if I get arrested, I think I'm pretty much guaranteed to get my 2 legendary stars. So that went great. But also, that got me a bonus action. So let me think about this. I have 13 wanted. Everything I could do here, everything that I could do here is going to gain me wanted, right? Going to the trail, it's a trail action. And I could either use that with the queen to go to the mine, but everything remaining in the mine gets me wanted. Oh, unless I use the dynamite. Because if I have 14 wanted, I have to lose stars when I get arrested, so that costs me 8 stars. 18 cash is only 4.5 points, so that's better. Yeah, so here we go. So I am going to circle the queen on the trail in order to take a mine action. And then I'm going to use the dynamite to mine sideways, ignoring wanted, and just take those 4 points. 4 points without gaining any wanted means that then I can pay cash instead of stars when I get arrested. I think that's the best thing by a hair, not by a lot. Well, I don't know. Getting down to like points per circled, I can't get to the circled. If I could get to the points per circled robbery, that would be great. Trail's pretty good. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. I haven't sat here and done the math about every half point, but you know, let me know in the comments whether I should have made a play that's a little more valuable. That felt good though, and it used another item. Rule of cool. I used dynamite. That's cool. Okay, that is going to wrap up that turn. The poker hand. Oh, this gets me more stars too, because I got a flush with 5 clubs. So that is 6 cash. The hold'em variant has got to be generating a lot of points here. And this is why I like it, is it's so much more fun to get a bunch of like straights and flushes and full houses than it is to get like maybe a pair, which is what always happens when I'm not playing that variant. But man, it feels like the points are flowing. I think that's a big part of me crushing the campaign so far. Okay, that's done. We're going to pan and work just once each, so 2 cash, 1 gold, and then the sheriff. I don't have the gold to bribe him. I have 13 wanted. But that does mean that I can pay cash if I'm arrested, and also, with a 13, if this is a king, I don't get arrested. There's a chance. You're telling me there's a chance. Come on, king. It's a 5. Not even close. I get arrested. I'm going to spend 18 cash. So that's going to cost me this row of 10, plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. All right. That's fine. That's fine. It would have been incredible to end on the note of pulling a king there, but it is what it is. All right, adding up points. I have 3 rows of cash for 30. Oof, that rounds down to 7 points. Gold is just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so 4 points. Silver stars, I didn't do the mining this time, just 2 from the hotel. And then finally, stars themselves are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 10s, and 9, 79. Yeah, that's going to be a good score. 79, 81, 85, 92. Another new record. And, I mean, I guess maybe the bandolier made a big difference, but yeah, I don't know why my scores keep getting higher. Like, honestly, the items don't feel as dramatic. I guess they just must be. It's like the items are good. The hold'em, I've had luck. I've had good luck finishing good poker hands. And man, yeah, I don't know. I crushed it. So with 92, the target for 2 legendary stars in the campaign scoring was 75 there because I'm playing the hold'em variant. So it's going to give me another 2 stars, bringing my campaign total to 9 out of a possible 10. Yeah, I'm crushing this. This is, I'm finding this easier than I thought, but maybe I'm just incredible. Let me know in the comments if I'm incredible. With that, it is 11:30. It's a nice time to end, to maybe make a weed cocktail or have an edible and play some marathon until I get sleepy. Plus my voice is dying. I don't think I could do another game if I wanted to. So that's it. Whether you're watching this live or on the archive after the fact, thank you. Appreciate you watching. Optimal Play is a channel full of playthroughs and discussions of all sorts of tabletop games. Well, usually not RPGs, board games and card games. And it's usually not me playing and monologuing, it's usually me and friends, and we banter and have a great time playing through games together. So if that sounds interesting to you, we would love if you would subscribe to the channel. Optimal Play has no Patreon or anything, so clicking those algorithm buttons is the only way to help us out. So we appreciate it when you do. And I'll be back soon. I'm gonna probably more this weekend. I really kind of am enjoying just like binging this, just blasting through this. And then I have tons of other things on my pile of shame, including Star Trek Captain's Chair, and I was just talking about Ashes because Crash Space was playing it. I definitely want to play some more Ashes. There's a never-ending supply of both solo and multiplayer games that I want to play, so I'll be playing them on the channel. I'll see you there. Good night. Bye.